Tigray military is making preparations for a war for Welkait. If it happened, or if Tigray military had to fight, preparations are being made for that scenario. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Do write in comment section, viewers. Your comments, your feedback help me a lot. I don't mind your criticism. You're free to criticize me. Whatever you want to write, you can write. Your comments should not be hateful towards others. You can criticize me. Don't criticize other ethnic groups, other religions, other countries in a provocative manner. Otherwise, everyone is free to comment. I've been seeing that some people have been writing comments in language which is not English, neither Amharic, nor Tigrinya, nor Oromo. But there were spammers, I think, who were trying to write spam comments, 10, 20, 30 comments. Maybe it's part of some plan to flood the channel with spam, to hack it. I tried to ban them, but their comments were not about Tigray, Ethiopia, Amhara. They were spammers, basically. I don't ban people who comment. That is why feel free to comment and share your views about my videos. Two news stories. Firstly, it is being reported that Tigray fighters are making preparations. Tigray fighters mean Tigray military, not the Tigray fighters based in a far region for fighting against TPL. I'm talking about Tigray military. Tigray military is now making preparations, defensive or offensive, but they're making preparations for a war if it happened for Welkait. Secondly, Oromo Liberation Army has shared some details of the last 10 days of its operation against the government forces. Let's start with the preparations by Tigray military. First, you know that the other side, Amhara group based in Humera Welkait Sagade, it's training, arming, recruiting fighters. Tigray Guards is the name of the militias being trained, armed, deployed along Tigray River. Colonel Damagazadu, Ashatadamlo, others have been seen wearing military uniforms, undertaking military trainings, about which Tigray issued a strong statement calling it a violation of Pretoria, saying that these groups should be dismantled, but they are being back to arm and train themselves. So while the Amhara side is strengthening itself in Humera Welkait Sagade militarily, Tigray won't sit idle. Tigray has two options. First option is that it should strengthen its position along Tigray so that if it has to cross Tigray towards Welkait, it should be ready. For that, preparations already made. Migwe, I think, is in charge of the area. But now another preparation is being made. Army 70 is being reorganized in Sudan. During 2-year-long Tigray war, Tigray fighters tried to organize themselves on Sudanese soil. The refugees, Ethiopian refugees, Tigray refugees who entered Sudan from Tigray during the war, they were then recruited by a Tigray channel in Sudan. They were organized there. And these fighters tried to attack Welkait, but back then Welkait was protected by ENDF, EDF, Amhara forces. So strategy did not work back then. Now, again, Tigray military is trying to reorganize Army 70 in Sudan in alliance with Abdul Fattah al-Burhan government, which is supportive of TPLF, while Imabi is on RSF side. Question is, how is Tigray military gaining access to Sudan? I mean, between Tigray and Sudan, there is Western Zone, Welkait, which is being controlled by ENDF and Amhara forces. So how is Tigray military reaching Sudan? Through Eritrea. Eritrean government and TPLF are allies, definitely. They have reached some understandings. The understandings not being made public, but Tigray got assurance from Eritrea that if federal government tried to put Tigray under siege, Eritrea would let Tigray use Eritrean soil. And this is what is happening, already happening, it seems. Through Eritrean territory, Tigray military officials are gaining access to Sudan. And in Sudan, they are training Army 70 members who are being trained, organized, armed. If no solution is found, if Tigray Amhara dialogue fails, which has not started so far, if it fails, if federal government refuses to make a decision about status of Welkait, the federal government does not restore EPLF status and war is inevitable, then this Army 70 of Sudan, Army 70 of Tigray fighters in Sudan, and MIG-led forces from Shere etc., they'll jointly work, supported by Eritrean military to indirectly make. Secondly, Oromia Liberation Army has shared details of its last 10 days operation, which OLA calls Operation Thousand Fronts, from the 15th of April till the 25th of April. In 50 districts of Oromia, OLA carried out several types of attacks on the government forces. OLA has shared a long statement sharing the names of the places, the types of attacks, and the alleged losses suffered by the Ethiopian government forces. OLA claims in the last 10 days it killed 741 soldiers of Ethiopian military. 949 were injured. 56 were taken prisoner. OLA has published a video showing dozens of ENDF soldiers who are in the custody of the Oromo Liberation Army. I have this clip for you. The areas where these operations were conducted are spread across Oromia. Central Oromia, Western Oromia, Southern Oromia, Eastern Oromia, everywhere in Oromia, these attacks were carried out by, or in the last 10 days. Which types of attacks? Mainly three types of attacks. Firstly, ambush attacks. Secondly, hit and run attacks. Thirdly, storming of facilities, which is basically a hit and run attack, but perhaps it's more organized and it's a bigger type of attack involving more fighters laying siege to a place and then storming it, overrunning it. These three main types of attacks have been carried out. And interestingly, Fano groups are also conducting mainly these three types of attacks: ambush, hit and run, storming facilities, storming, overrunning government installations, army checkposts, etc. So now the mode of struggle, the tactics are almost the same. Similar tactics being used by the Oromo Liberation Army and Fano in Amhara and Oromia regions of Ethiopia. Now watch the video shared by Oromo Liberation Army showing dozens of ENDF soldiers who have been taken prisoner by OLA in the last 10 days of its operation against security forces. Thanks for watching.